this past weekend I went out to Boulder Natural at Pawtuckaway to fall off some rocks and interview some people. Pawtuckaway is this beautiful state park in New Hampshire. It's got tons of really tall, really proud boulders. There's a lot of stuff to climb at a lot of different grades, and we had a lot of fun. So who makes the best climbing videos, in your opinion?
Float.
Okay.
Float.
All right.
Float's good. I mean, Nale, Dark
All right.
Horse.
I really like the old school style, and I think that a lot of smaller like channels on YouTube are doing it, kind of like low climbing. I like the like kind of grungy skate look of climbing videos. It like takes away from the seriousness, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
Ella does a good job. I think they do a cool job of kind of making making a polished edit while not sort of overriding the home movie aspect of it.
Well, all right. That's. I'm surprised. That's the second time I heard that answer today.
They do a good job.
Yeah. What do you like about them?
It's mellow videos for drunk college students.
I like the ones where it's like Magnus Mippo pretending to be a beginner.
I think everyone's crowd favorite is probably Mellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. Keenan Takahashi does good stuff.
Okay.
He does like the fisheye distortion.
Classic skate style. Yeah.
Classic skate style. I know some people aren't hype on it 'cause it's like low res kind of deal, but it's all artistic value.
Cool.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, like a little bit of like the old school skate movie vibe. I think is really cool.
What do you think is the best and worst climbing shoe?
I don't know if there's a worst. I think that I think it's super user dependent.
Okay.
I love Scarpa.
Okay.
Scarpa fits my feet like they're painted on.
Me too,
But
yeah.
I know people that don't like them at all.
Yeah.
So like Brett climbs in Sportiva because they fit his feet really well. But I think Scarpa has really good attention to detail, but again, maybe that doesn't fit everybody's feet. So I think it's like pretty user dependent. My wife had a pair of Mad Rocks that she absolutely loved.
Not for you.
I didn't particularly care for them.
My first time climbing here, I climbed with the Tarantulaces.
Okay.
And, you know, good beginner shoe, but not great for this experience. And
Okay, well, the best climbing shoe in the world is the Solution.
Okay.
I think
Debatable.
I think I've like worn that shoe. I've worn that shoe indoors and outdoors, and it has always been the shoe that I've like wished was in my bag, and it's why I keep it in my bag. The worst climbing shoe, honestly, the Scarpa Veloce. I hate that climbing shoe. I think that for the purpose of climbing in the gym, that it kind of like serves its purpose, but more often than not, when I have people that buy it, they like use it for a little bit, and then it grows so big that they can't even wear it.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because everyone wears different. Like I like the mocks, but they don't do everything.
You a big quiver type of guy? You got a couple shoes under the belt?
A couple.
Okay.
Sportiva Kubos.
Why you say that?
I had a pair of straps just rip off completely. Maybe a month or two in. Best shoes, whatever fits your feet, doesn't hurt.
Fair enough.
I would say right now I'm really loving my instincts.
Okay.
I accidentally bought the lace-up ones, so they're not my favorite. As for the worst one, I honestly don't think I have anything against any shoe really, because they all have their own purpose, you know, like some have really shitty rubber, but it's good because you're a beginner, so
Yeah.
I don't have a worse shoe.
What do you think about sport climbers?
sport climbers, I want to be a sport climber, but I'm not a sport climber.
So what are you doing out here?
Boulder.
The fact that you can be a rock climber or participate in rock climbing and boulder, sport climb, trad climb, solo, ice climb, alpine, I mean, like it's so broad. I think it's really cool that you can focus on whatever facet that you want to focus on. I like coming out here, I like bouldering, but I have friends that exclusively sport climb. I think it's really cool that there's like a way to specialize if you want to.
Yeah.
I also know people who absolutely crush across the disciplines, which is really cool too.
Yeah. I think that I don't vibe with the attitude and the aesthetic, you know? That sounds really douchey to say. I think the part that I like about bouldering is that it allows me to take breaks and I don't get into that tunnel vision attitude. I think that in my experience, emotions in sport climbing are pretty high versus bouldering. Bouldering, like, a part of the part of the space is like stepping away and like trying to stay chill and calm.
I think all in all, climbers are pretty dope. Like most of the people I've met are like super nice, super welcoming. There's only like the select few who are like really into themselves and they think they're like hot shit. But mostly climbers are really welcoming, and I love like
both sides of it.
I know. And so whenever people like are like, oh hey, what do I need to know about climbing? I'm like, just know that you're going to probably meet a lot of really cool people. So
Cool.
yeah.
Sport climbers? Love them. I'm one.
I think really highly of it. I don't think there's a superior flavor. I don't totally understand speed climbing, but on the same token, like I can't do it. It's hard. It's a skill, and it's a fitness thing, just the same as any other genre.
Yeah, cool. That's a great answer. Who's your favorite climber out of New England?
I mean, Big Ram, the Wizard.
Yeah, what you gotta say.
Is so unbelievably like intelligent as a climber. He's like, you wouldn't walk by that guy in the street. Like you walk by somebody like Sharma, he's like this rich shit house.
Yeah.
And you look at Dave, he's just so skilled, and he's totally adapted his style of climbing to his strengths, which I think is super cool.
I think Troy. I mean,
Good place to say Troy.
yeah, I mean it's a good place to say Troy. I like his attitude. You know, I would say Peter Lee because I've watched his videos a lot, but I don't think. I don't know. I just don't think I like him as much. I think I like him watching for his beta videos, but in terms of like attitude and stuff like that, like probably Troy. There's also Jesse Grouper. Jesse Grouper is like also he's like same vibe, like not that serious, wicked strong. I dig that.
Saw him at the gym the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he was here for Dark Horse. Yeah.
He was working the tension board, and I had just sprained my ankle, and I was like, I have to do a campus session. Do you mind if I work in, brother?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. Probably Katie Lamb.
Okay.
The only person I know is Troy, because he comes to like our gym sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
Met him a couple times, and he's one of those people where you're like, oh, dope. Like he's not super. Again, it's like the climber that's super down to earth, and it's not like, oh, I am so much better than everyone. It's more of like a climbing's awesome, and I love everyone.
Nina Daniels, like
Yeah,
Katie
okay.
Lamb, yeah.
All right.
Tristan Chen.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. He's I feel like people are either really on his team or not on his team.
Oh, I mean, I love
Wants
the
to be
whole
the villain,
art.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, why not? You gotta have that that transparency.
Yeah.
That's important. If you keep it 100% real, like more respect to you.
So true. Yeah. Do you think people are too nice in climbing?
I think it's important to be nice as an intro. I think that climbing kind of mirrors hiking, for example. Whereas if you don't respect the land, if you don't respect the ethics, like, then there's something to be said there. But it should be a welcoming place, and it should just maybe like a little bit too nice.
Yeah. So what's the worst thing somebody could do when they show up to the boulders?
Fall off a high ball, it seems.
A broad question with broad answer, which is like not bringing the beginner mindset.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, and I'm sure I've been guilty of this 100%. I don't know anyone that hasn't been guilty of this. Showing up to the crag, showing up to the boulders, and assuming that they know the best beta, assuming that they know the best pad setup, assuming that they, really assuming anything. And I think the best climbers I know, they show up, and every time they show up, it's with like a learning mindset.
That way.
Like those guys we were just climbing over there, like Brett put up half the stuff in Pawtuckaway.
Yeah.
And to like go and get on this stuff that he's either done 100 times or hasn't touched in like 10 plus years, but like still like try to learn something about it, or like maybe something small has changed. I think that's like a really, I think not doing that is you're doing yourself and everyone else kind of a disservice.
Yeah, for sure,
As
dude.
far as like how you and everyone else experiences the climb.
I find a lot of trash, and I like trying to pick it up, but it's really gross when someone leaves things that they think are like okay, like orange peels. You're like, that's gonna be there like 3 years from now, like, or like climbing tape, stuff like that. That's probably the worst thing. Other than that, like again, it's like good vibes all around. You have to be a real like douchebag to not be liked in the climbing community.
Because I mean, access is so important. If you start disrespecting the land, it's not going to be much to climb anymore. Like, places get shut down.
Music.
Music.
Blasting music. Yeah.
We're all trying to be outside and enjoy the quietness and enjoy ourselves either by ourselves or with our friends. And so when you kind of roll up and you
Start doing interviews.
no, like when you take advantage of this space, like the space that you have created, either by like joining a boulder without asking if it's okay to join, or playing really loud music, or being super loud. It's just like, yeah, a lot of people come outside so they don't have to deal with the noise of being in a gym. So when you create a gym environment, it's like, man, I shouldn't have drove the hour and a half.
What's the best boulder in Pawtuckaway?
I just did I didn't just do it. It was like last year. It's a really cool one. Up at the fire tower that Brett put up called All Now with Wings.
Okay.
Big and tall, a little bit techie at the bottom, big moves. It's like absolutely stunning. It's like really beautiful.
What was it called again?
All Now with Wings.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know it.
It's really posted anywhere.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's really cool. I just did Mothra last weekend.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like kind of blown away by how good it was. I was like, I can't believe I walked by this so many times. It's like really, really good.
So true, dude. The last boulder I've done is my favorite boulder of all time.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Honestly, I'm like, shoot, I don't know.
Ooh, lobster tail right over there. Or, you know, this one seems pretty good, but it's a little wet today. Ain't gonna try it.
I like Warrior.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah.
Troy brought it up with
Yeah.
the infamous video. I like Warrior.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a little freak out, top out freak out.
Yeah, I mean, heady climb, spooky stuff.
So I don't spend a lot of time here, but probably overlooked.
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 I'd say overlooked.
Okay.
I'd probably say overlooked. I think that as a boulder, it offers a lot of different styles of climbing, and I really dig that.